Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags over Texas. And we're back out at the park. I'm in my car right now because it's actually a little drizzly, and we're going to have to try to protect the camera as much as possible. But we are here, and it's been a long time, but we're back. We're going to check out some construction updates. We're going to see what's going on with their new food options. As y'all know, Chop 6 is coming soon. I also hear that some of the rides that were closed last year have reopened, and we'll just kind of see what else is new for the 2019 season out here. Now keep in mind it is rainy, so some things will be closed, but we probably won't really document that stuff that closes for weather. I do want to point out that when I was at the 6 lanes parking booths, they did have the little pads that I showed you guys at Fiesta, Texas last weekend, and they were actually scanning our cards there. So I'm not sure if they were taking pictures there or if this whole system is just on these little scanning kind of iPad types of deals now. But I guess maybe we'll find out when we get up to the front. Theoretically, my picture's already in the system since it was taken last week. But who knows? They might have to take your picture at each park. I do know at the Cedar Fair parks, they did not have to take my picture each time, so we'll just have to see what happens. So we're gonna bundle up, we're gonna head into the park and try to stay dry. Let's go. So just like at Fiesta, Texas last week, they are taking your picture when they scan your pass. They do have the tablets. One weird thing that happened is that because my picture was taken last week, it actually kind of tripped up their system a little bit, so they had to double check. They asked me if this was my home park. Of course, my pass is registered at Fiesta, so it didn't want to take my picture. So that's an interesting thing to keep in mind if you do go to a park that is not your home park. It might get tripped up a little bit at the front gate, but they handled it really quickly and everyone was very friendly up here. Walking through the USA section near All-American Cafe, got some nice flowers over here. It is cold, so they're looking a little sad, but always nice to see some great landscaping in the park. So this is actually where the Boomtown Bar was going to go last year, and that seemed to have been scrapped. I do think they probably had trouble getting a permit because this is a floodplain. But honestly, the most depressing part about this is the fact that there was a nice shade structure for people eating at Macho Nacho to sit at, which no longer exists. I wonder if there's a plan to bring that back. But on the bright side, this is a nice pass-through right here, and it does widen this up a ton. I am curious as to why there are Christmas lights still out here and still on, though. We can confirm that the motor has been replaced in the Riddler Revenge, so it now does function. I do think that is probably closed today due to the fact that it is very cold and very rainy, and that's kind of the issue with a lot of these rides back here. Well, actually it looks like Harley Quinn's Insanity is open. It did look closed, but it looks like they are about to run it through a test. Joker is closed, but Catwoman Whip is open. So you're about half and half here in this new Gotham City area, but that is expected with this kind of weather. Over here at Oliver's Tavern in the tower section next to Superman, this was a new restaurant last year. They serve cheese steaks and tater tots. It was wrapped up last year. It was heavily damaged due to the flood in September. It is unwrapped. I don't know if it's open yet, but it does look like it's at least very close. I've been told that Cattle Lake Barge has also reopened, but like I said, due to the weather today, it might not be open. This was also damaged in the flood, so if this is true, it is nice to hear that they have this back up and running because it is a great family and children's attraction. So here we are at the former Panda Express location, which is near Oil Derrick, right on the edge of Tower and Texas sections. And they do have the Chop 6 signage up. However, the whole kitchen area is actually empty. For those of you who don't know, Panda Express actually owned everything in these kitchens, so it had to be gutted. Looks like there is still a ton of work to go in there. So no timeline on when this will open, but it does look like it's pretty far off. It does look like we'll potentially have some mobile ordering here at Chop 6 when it opens. Looks like this window here is probably where you'll be picking up those mobile orders once that feature comes to the park. I have also received word that Oil Derrick is reopened. Last year they repainted the whole attraction by hand and then also did an elevator refurbishment, so it is good to go this year. However, the sign says it's closed due to inclement weather, which I think is a good thing because that probably means that they intend on opening it. Just obviously the weather is holding them off of that. So we're over here at the Texas Gifts location, kind of near Lone Star Theater over there, and they put new doors on this, or they painted them, and it does look like they're actually putting in a gift shop instead of bringing the arcade back. So you can see there's all kinds of stuff in there. But let me get to the other window. Can see that there is merchandise in the window. I don't know, I'm starting to wonder if this is a storage site now or if they're gonna bring a gift shop. I guess time will tell for us. Over here at Gold River Adventure, obviously this hasn't opened yet due to the flood damage, but it does look like maybe they've built new boxes, so that might be a positive sign for those of you who are a fan of Gold River Adventure. We do not have any kind of timeline on this ride, but I have heard when we went to Ace Winterfest last month, or not last month, in January, the management of Six Flags Over Texas did make it sound like this was something that they were working on to make operational again. Over here in Old South across from Primo's Pizzeria, and this was actually Cozy Cafe during Holiday in the Park. It looks like it is now going to be the Smith Street Ice Cream Parlor, so it looks like we have an ice cream option coming back, and that sign looks really good. Here's another angle of the Smith Street Ice Cream Parlor, just so you guys can get a idea of where it is in relation to other things. You have the Heroes shop down there, and then of course here's Primo's Pizzeria. I can also confirm that over here in the Crazy Horse Saloon in the Texas section next to the Texas Taco Bar, Miss Ruby's Wild West Cabaret will be returning on March 30th. So basically the weekend after spring break you will have a live show option here at the Crazy Horse Saloon. As you can see over here by the Indian Village Trading Post, there's Flume 2 from El Aseradero. This whole area is closed off because El Diablo will actually be right here near the exit of La Vibora, the bobsled roller coaster. We'll try to get a better look on the other side. As you can see right here at the entrance of Spain and Conquistador, this whole area is blocked off. So right now, you cannot ride Log Flume, you cannot ride Conquistador or La Vibora, and that's just because they're building the new ride, and just kind of where the proximity of the ride is to the exits of these attractions really makes it hard to keep them open. I do believe that the teacups are still operating because their exit comes out right there. However, they're not operating today just because of the poor weather. I know I said that this was closed due to the weather, but it's actually open. So I can confirm that the teacups are open during this construction. So if you are looking to ride an attraction over here, you do have La Fiesta de los Tazos. However, keep in mind, I would expect the rest of the Spain area to be closed for some time. And the food option over here, Rancho de Pollo, just to point this out, is still open. So there are still plenty of food options over here to eat, and they have not been affected by this construction. I'm actually already back in my car because it is super cold. It's not warming up at all, which is totally fine, and it's wet, but I wanted to make sure you guys got some kind of update. We're not quite done here yet. I'm gonna try to go to the back of the parking lot. I hear that the pieces of El Diablo are already here, so we're gonna roll out that way and see what kind of stuff we can see. All right guys, as you can see, we do have El Diablo pieces right here in the parking lot. So once they get the actual ride area ready, they'll be just pretty much loading this ride right in. So great to see that this ride is already here, and we'll have to see how long it actually takes them to get it into the park. So we're just going to kind of randomly throw this into the video, but one thing I've never done is actually grab a park map at the beginning of the year and put it in a video. So I think we're going to do this right now, and we're just going to take a quick look at things that have changed. As you can see, the brand new refreshed Six Flags logo is at the top. I want to know what you guys think about that new logo. I actually kind of like it. It's a nice touch to the flags. We're going to go ahead and open this, and let's see. This is interesting. They're advertising something for the Coca-Cola Freestyle, some drink combinations that you can do there. And of course we have Fright Fest, which if you go to our website, we already have this up with the dates. What do you guys think of that new Dining Pass logo? I actually really like it. It's a little bit more standout than what they had before. I'm not seeing anything super substantial on this page. They do have some picture pass information, which these are still only valid at the park that you buy them at, so still kind of a bummer. I wish that they would change that, or at least have a third option that is valid at all parks. Now, we flip over to this side. There you can see they are advertising the all-new Splash Water Parade. It's going to have 40 performers, and let's see, elaborate floats. They don't tell us how many, but you can see there's going to be 2 performances each day. And you can see that they've actually kind of modified the times to that. It will start on July 13th now. I believe before it was July 8th, so it looks like they just pushed that back a week, and then it runs through August 11th. See, we have a Holiday in the Park ad here. Begins November 23rd, that's pretty normal. And of course July 4th Fest, which has quickly turned into one of the more exciting events for us who like food. And let's go ahead and open this bad boy. I have kind of had a chance to look at this ahead of time. You can see there's going to be free Wi-Fi new this summer, and that's going to go kind of hand in hand with the mobile ordering for food. And you can see here they have the placement of the new El Diablo. It'll be right at the exit, kind of for La Vibora and El Aserradero Log Flume 2, those exits. So that'll be a nice addition to that area, as we said before. And let's see, I'm kind of looking at the rides. It doesn't look like Gold River Adventure is noted on here. So hopefully that's just a playing it safe kind of thing and it'll come back, because it should be under the Thrill Seekers and Training section, so I'm not seeing that. And as you can see, El Diablo is under the maximum. You can see that it'll have a single rider line and it will be a flash pass attraction. And we head over here. You can see that they've already got Chopsticks here, which we know is going right over here next to the oil derrick. And then they did put the new ice cream parlor we just showed you. They are calling it the Bluebell Ice Cream Parlor. We do know that it has a new name of Smith Street, but what you can see is it's going to have waffle cones with Bluebell ice cream, premium shakes, create your own floats, and some Bluebell novelty bars, and of course Coca-Cola Freestyle for those who want their souvenir bottle refills. And as we showed you before, that is going to be right over here in this location, number 94, right across from Primo's Pizzeria, right at the entrance of Old South. That's just a quick look at the map. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this trip to Six Flags Over Texas. Really quick visit. Didn't end up eating here or doing anything like that, so I can't really speak on the food service today. Wasn't able to ride any rides. Like I said, I was only here for a very short time, but all of the employees that I ran into were very helpful, very friendly, and it's always those small things that really matter to me when I'm going to, you know, theme parks, places that bring fun with attention to customer service. So it's really great to see that the employees are wanting to be here right now, even though it's cold and rainy. And you guys can also see that the park is doing tons of stuff. That flood really, I think, kind of slowed them down. So they've had to spend a lot of resources on getting those restaurants and attractions open over in the tower section. But things are looking great. We're excited about that new ice cream parlor. It has a very cool sign. And we'd like to know what you guys think about all of the things happening at Six Flags Over Texas this year. Let us know in the comments below. We'll have to come back out here very soon. Spring break does begin next weekend. We're probably not going to come out during that time. It's usually pretty crazy. But don't let that discourage you from coming out. They usually have live bands and all kinds of other fun activities happening. And we'll be out shortly after that because we're going to want to check out the construction in Spain. It looks very extensive. So it looks like they have a lot of work to still do there. But looking forward to the new attraction, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Super Loops. It's a nice addition to the area because they haven't really built anything other than in that little Gotham City area over the last few seasons. So I'm sure there are things we missed today, but we will definitely be back out in the near future to pick it up. If you guys have any questions about Six Flags Over Texas, please ask us in the comments below. Make sure to follow us on social media. That's where you'll get up-to-date information regarding Six Flags Over Texas. And of course, sfotsource.com, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags Over Texas. We have thousands of images, information regarding all the rides, all the dining, shops, the history of the park, and all kinds of other special features. So we encourage y'all to head over there if you want to know more about the park. We thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you soon.